Last year I made a video. I edited it, people watched it, everyone had a great time. It was about a map I started working on called DE Epitaph, a diffuse map I set in the underground catacombs of Malta. After some initial playtesting, I had a lot of really great ideas on how to move the map forward. I had a fully marked up layout with notes and ideas. I made a whole video about it. But then the unthinkable happened. I found myself in that special place of developmental hell, constantly redoing over and over again the same areas and details, but never being fully satisfied with how they were turning out. What I ended up with was, by and large, a completely different layout from the earlier iterations that only had a few carryovers from those designs. Some of the general ideas were there, but for the most part, this was brand new and I had no idea how it was going to play. I recognized my self-destructive behavior, detailing areas that didn't need it, deleting and recreating layouts over and over again until I thought something might work without actually playing on it. I had to refocus myself, and for a moment, it seemed like I was getting back on track. Connectors were starting to finally connect. The main actually looked like a main, and I was getting optimistic I might be in a playtestable state relatively soon. But then just as I was starting to make progress, the unthinkable happened. The unthinkable happened. I'm not going to make any ridiculous comparisons like making a map or playing Counter-Strike is similar to raising a kid.
Life's just a game of inches.
Baseball.
Life was like a box of chocolates.
But it does definitely affect the amount of free time you have, meaning you have none. So I took a break from pretty much everything for a while. But as time goes on, you get better at being a parent and you start sleeping more than 3 hours at night. You can allow yourself to start looking forward to these hobbies that you used to have, and that's what I started doing with Epitaph, until the unthinkable happened. With the announcement of Source 2 this year, I now have a halfway finished, halfway detailed, and not at all playtested layout, and a brand new piece of software I have to learn how to recreate everything on. At least from what I've seen so far, the basic concept behind working in Hammer 2 in terms of modeling maps instead of blocking them out seems really interesting, but it is going to be a process of learning how to do everything properly and setting up a good workflow, which more than anything just takes time. Unfortunately, that's something you don't have a lot of when you have a 3-month-old at home. Fortunately, the public release of Source 2 is at least still a few months away, and I'm not important enough to get access to the closed beta, so that leaves some time for preparation. There's already so many great resources on mapping in Hammer 2, I'll leave some links in the description. Right now I'm just trying to binge those as much as possible, even though it's no substitute for actually getting your hands on the editor. And when that does happen, I'm looking forward to rebuilding Epitaph from the ground up, keeping in mind all of the feedback from the earlier versions, as well as trying to incorporate some of these new ideas I've had over the last few months. Of course, all of this is going to take place in between other real-life priorities, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to put a timeline on something I enjoy doing just for fun. So please don't hold your breath for the next devlog, because I don't know when that's going to be, and I really don't want to be responsible for any accidental deaths. Not to say it's never going to happen, it just might take a while. But I'll get back to you when it does.